You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, it seems like the Dolphins-Steelers trade that just took place, I just put a video out on it, has refocused the spotlight now on TJ Watt. What? And what's going to happen there involving the Steelers' defensive end? We all know he wants a new contract. And in case you're wondering, maybe that's just where we will start, because there's been an update on the situation going on with TJ Watt. This is Myles Garrett over at Spot Track. 4 years, $160 million, $123.596 guaranteed in total guarantees there. So TJ Watt's going to want something in that ballpark. In case you're wondering, he's 30. All right? In case you're wondering if his brother might come back, his brother's 36. I wanted to look that up just for the hell of it. So that brings the spotlight back over to TJ now that this trade has happened. And it seems like, and look, I don't see any world where they're going to trade TJ Watt when it's pretty obvious. Now that they've done this Jalen Ramsey trade and got Jonnu Smith in there, the Steelers think they're going for a Super Bowl. Don't shoot the messenger, but that's what they think. They think this is we're all in, we're making a run. Well, they're not gonna get rid of their best defensive weapon, I don't think, if that is the plan. The Steelers pulled off their third big trade of the offseason on Monday, and some teams are reportedly interested to see if they'd like to make a third. So there are a lot of teams that are looking in on TJ Watt now. In recent weeks, multiple teams have been discussing whether they can trade for Steelers standout TJ Watt, who skipped the team's most recent minicamp. Pittsburgh hasn't showed any willingness to deal Watt so far, but he's unhappy with his contractual situation, and sources believe outside team interest is likely to increase given today's trade. All right, so this is going to be, now that they know that the Steelers are really, really willing and dealing, they think they might be able to swoop in and get TJ Watt. Well, unless they plan on sending a guy back that can duplicate this kind of production, I don't think so. The Steelers, and this came out after Adam Schefter's report. Tom Pelissero, the Steelers have no intention of trading star pass rusher TJ Watt, and their focus remains on extending Watt's contract per sources. Watt, who turns 31 in October, is due $21.05 million in the last year of his current deal. All right, well, let's see. Right here. It looks like, basically, Myles Garrett's getting around $40 million a year, but he's doing a base salary, plus he got a bunch of the guaranteed money up front, right? But you get the point. So he's looking at a sort of double me up situation. If you're wondering about stats, 11.5 sacks last year, 108 in his career. Now, look, his brother's going straight to the Hall of Fame, J.J. Watt. And J.J. had 114.5 for his career. So T.J. will very likely pass J.J. this year, all right? And people keep forgetting, J.J. Watt had a monster last season. 12.5 sacks for the Cardinals. You know, he finally got healthy. He was banged up for a long, long time, and then he got healthy and went on a bender. And, of course, every year there's these reports that J.J. is going to come out of retirement and try to play with T.J. If they're making a run, would he actually do that? I haven't heard anything more. I haven't heard anything about it this year. It was really the last two seasons. There's also word that the contract offer they have on the table for Watt was not what the edge rusher was looking for, and teams are likely to be more aggressive about kicking the tires on a trade if that continues to be the case into training camp. So the further along that this gets, the teams are going to feel like they can get more aggressive on trying to grab him. But I just don't see it. I don't see them trading him. Now, I have seen a few Steelers fans that are like, trade him. He's too much money. He's too long in the tooth. Trade him. But if you're making a run, this feels like the Jets all of a sudden. If you're making a run and you got all this talent and these veterans and you're fixing to make this push, because it's pretty clear Mike Tomlin's like, nah, we're trying to win more than one playoff game. I got to tell you, again, this is really interesting to see how all of this, the TJ Watt thing, the DK Metcalf thing, Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, all of this movement, drafting running back, it all revolves around whether or not Aaron Rodgers is going to go out there and have a good season. It's all riding on that. Not to put any pressure on Aaron Rodgers, but this is it, right? He says this is it. This is going to be his last year. So they're doing all this in anticipation of some run. Now, the question is, let's say they make the AFC Championship game. Can they beat the Chiefs or the Bills? I know this sounds crazy because the Chiefs keep beating the Bills, but it feels to me like the Bills would be the team that's harder to get past than the Chiefs. The Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl, and I didn't even feel like they played great football last year. That was the thing, and I was going to say, that was the year to get past the Chiefs, and the Ravens and the Bills and these other teams still couldn't do it. And the Chiefs will be better this year, than they were last year, at least on offense, I would assume. Rashee Rice will be back, and they re-signed Hollywood Brown for him to be there as long as he can stay healthy. He was hurt some last year. Chiefs are going to be better this year than they were last year, I think. Last year was when the Bills and the Ravens, neither one of them could get past them, I was like, yikes. You guys may have missed the opportunity, the window for the next couple of years. I don't know. It feels like the Steelers would have an easier time getting past the Chiefs, though. It feels like a better matchup, even though they got destroyed by the Chiefs last year. I picked the Steelers to win that game, too, and it wasn't even competitive. Jesus. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Do you think TJ Watt's getting traded? Because I don't. Not if they're making a run. It doesn't make any sense. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Before we jump in, make sure you go to our merch store, our Make Basketball Great Again shirt, and our newest shirt that just came out. Both shirts are brand new. The American Flag Skull Fever Enforcer shirt. And use promo code CC22 for 20% off.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.